Do you think Triple H came to Vince McMahon just before the show and told him, listen, I'll take over. I'll be in charge of this pay-per-view. What do you say? Maybe you'll give me a chance. Maybe you won't say anything. Maybe I'm gonna be the last decision of this event. Nobody cares about this event anyway. And I actually think that Triple H something happened backstage, and I hope I'm gonna hear it in the next few days, and because we got a good pay per view. Stomping Grounds was good. It wasn't perfect, but I enjoyed it. It went smooth. It wasn't too long. It was good results. For the most part, everything made sense. And besides, the main event, of course, and not everything is perfect, but we'll touch on that a little bit later. And right now we're going to review all those matches. It's not gonna be very long, so bear with me. And then we have tomorrow, Monday Night Raw, of course. I'm Shoval. This is Shoval TV. Now we're gonna we are on cutting a promo. We're gonna cut a promo right now on Stomping Grounds, and that's what we have now. So first of all, Michael Cole invited us to Stomping Grounds. They were in Washington, and it's time to kick ass and take names. So he was annoying from the get-go. Annoying. Kick ass and take names. They've been drilling about it for a few weeks now, for the whole few weeks, but they're repeating that sentence 7 times on Raw and another 7 times on SmackDown. I'm done hearing this. We opened up with Becky Lynch. Her music starting off. I don't like when the champion comes first, but I understand why they did it. They're opening the show. This is the first thing you hear, and it's like, okay, we're ready. We're ready for you. We're ready for this event. Becky Lynch is coming. Don't forget about her. She's one of our top superstar. Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans for the Raw Women's Championship. The match was 12-minute match. Becky Lynch opened very strong. Lacey control after that most of the match. Again, nothing to tell the grandkids. It was okay. Becky won via submission with a disarmor. And at the end of the match, Michael Cole just said, will the same happen later tonight to her boyfriend Seth Rollins? And I was writing this down on my notes, and I was like, why did he say it? It's really that important right now, because we already know that they're boyfriend girlfriend, and she's winning, and he said it immediately after her. It haven't been even 20 seconds after. He just said it. I'm like, okay, we'll see what happens. We know what happened, but we're going to touch on that in a few minutes. Ali did a vignette then. The vignette. I guess he's going back now to a few steps back to rebuild himself. He wasn't in this pay-per-view because there was no important match for him. What I also like about this pay-per-view, no one that doesn't need to be there. It wasn't there. So that's kudos to WWE. That's what NXT is doing, and that's great. If you have a meaning, if you have a championship on the line, you're there. Of course, Roman Reigns and McIntyre was the only match without absolutely nothing at stake. But again, we'll talk about it in a few minutes. After the Ali vignette, we have Paul Heyman comes out from Corbin's locker room backstage. He's teasing a cash-in with Brock Lesnar. I knew it, and you knew it, that Brock is not going to be there. It's Washington. He has nothing. He he was just teasing the cash-in, and that's it. Corbin then comes out after him, said that he already chose the referee, and we're going to wait until the main event, and he chose the referee. And it's someone that he trusts, and someone that he can call down the middle, sure. And of course, he doesn't need any help against Seth Rollins. Sure, you don't need any help against Seth Rollins. Right. Now, after the opening match, every pay-per-view, even WrestleMania, even the biggest stage, when you have a second match, we have, Shawn Michaels said, we have the opening match, we have the lower card of the match, the middle of the card, we have the top of the card, then you have the main event, right? So the low card, the second match here is really, really, you don't want to be there. That's very tough spot to be in. And I remember Chris Jericho told in his podcast, and someone interviewed him, and he mentioned that a few times, that at WrestleMania he was one of the best storylines with Kevin Owens, and at WrestleMania that year he was second, not even first. Like open the pay-per-view, that's fine. He was supposed to be one of the main events, but Vince gave him the second match. And that's part of the reason why he's like, you know what, now he's on AEW. And that's part of the reason why. So we know that the second match is very, very crucial. It's the crowd is already, he's hot at the beginning and everything, and now we come down, it's just go away match, and we move on to the next. This second match was Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the New Day. I didn't have any expectations. I mean, I know they're all great workers. I'm happy now that I'm thinking about it, that the crowd was really into the entrances, and Kevin Owens got a great response. And Sami Zayn and everybody, especially Kevin Owens, and I hope Kevin Owens is going to go further up and not Shane McMahon as a top heel. The match was almost 12 minutes. I can say close to a perfect match. Why am I saying close to a perfect match? Because nothing was on the line. There was no stipulation at all. Nothing. If they're going to win, they're going to get a future tag team title match. They're both tag teams. They're not in any kind of storyline right now. They're just in the background for Kofi Kingston, and they are running between Raw and SmackDown, not really doing anything. So they missed a small opportunity to have something at stake. Again, just create something. There's no creativity. There's no, if someone's going to pin someone, is going to get A, B, and C, and there's nothing like that. And this match was just good. I enjoyed the whole match. Nothing was boring. They knew they're going to, again, it's the second match of the card, and All Men showed us how quality tag team match looks like. Owens and Zayn started very, very fast. Super kick, everything. Super kick. Big E is going to the outside. He's eliminated for that moment. Again, this is just from the get-go. And then super kick to Xavier. Even two of them. And then senton from the top rope of Owens to Woods to a near fall. And that wasn't enough. Quick tags. We got a frog splash also from the top rope of Owens, and then the blue thunderbomb by Zayn, and Xavier Woods still kicks out. He kicked out like 3 times, and I'm like, yeah, they almost got me. I thought it was gonna be a squash match, like almost a 60-second match, and that's it. And I would be almost fine with that because it was just good, and I want to see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn win. But it was, they just gave us everything. That was just a very good opening. And then, of course, Big E came to the ring, and we actually had a match. Again, it was almost 12 minutes. And then Close to the end, Big E speared Zayn in half. I rolled because it was a pretty impressive spear. Through the middle rope to the outside, eliminated both of them, and then it left us with Owens and Woods in the ring. And I knew what's gonna happen when those two are left in the ring. He went for the stunner. He dodged the stunner, and then after he gave him the stunner anyway, and Wood just sold it very very nicely, almost like Scott Hall back in the day of WrestleMania 18, right? 18, yeah, 18, yeah. 19 was against The Rock. So that was pretty cool. 1, 2, 3, and I was really really happy to see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn win this match, and with that kind of quality match, that was very very good. All four men gave us an amazing performance, and good for them. Good for them. I want to shit all over this pay-per-view, but I can't. The first match was decent. It wasn't perfect. It was just good. I don't think I mentioned too much of Lacey Evans, again, because Lacey didn't do like any special things. She just did her signature moves in between a few things, and then never mind. I'm already after that. Let's see if I have more of my notes. Stammer for the victory. If they have some kind of a stipulation, that was, oh my god, that would be a perfect match. We have Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross backstage. They talked about something. To be honest with you, I did something else. I was on my phone. Moving on. I know she's going to be in her corner, so it's not going to be that important. We got the third match also. Those matches are very, very difficult because we have the opening match, and then in the middle we have some kind of a important match also, and then we got two main events. Sometimes they want to spread the main events, the title matches, so like they did in WrestleMania. Third match was the United States Championship, Samoa Joe versus Ricochet. Again, very good match. 13 minutes for Ricochet to win the United States Championship. Solid match. The crowd was a little tired after the tag match, but both men got the crowd back, and I liked it. Samoa Joe is a great worker, and also him and Ricochet are the exact opposite. Size, strength. He's a high flyer. He's more solid, on the ground, very physical, and that's a good match. They had a great match, and good for Ricochet. He couldn't believe that he actually won the championship, and that was just a very nice thing to watch. What we usually don't see, by the way, Ricochet was attempting to do the 630. He didn't do it, and then he got it at the end. He did 630 for the win, for the 1, 2, 3. So it was via pinfall. What we usually don't see is backstage after the match. And again, some people like it, some people won't like it. I didn't mind it so much. It was nice to see backstage. I'm going to tell you, backstage, it was like a good congratulations, to Ricochet from different superstars. Seth Rollins was there, Ryder and Hawkins and Carmella and Charlotte and Heavy Machinery. They all, hug him and shook his hand, and it was kind of awkward, but then again, good for him. I mean, he didn't win now the world title, and I remember it was almost like I don't know. I think Shawn Michaels won the Intercontinental Championship against maybe Jeff Jarrett or something, and he went back. He was a babyface, and then he went backstage, and everybody was celebrating with Diesel and Scott Hall and the 1, 2, 3 Kid and all the clique, and then it was. It kind of this version. I mean, again, it's not the heavyweight championship. It was the United States Championship, but it was really cool. And then after everybody congratulate him, Triple H just came and gave him a hug, and you can see how it's very important for Triple H. Triple H told Vince, "Listen, this don't touch this guy." I know he tried to bury him, like, with a few losses to it was to Robert Roode, right? And it was also a few matches against Cesaro, but it was like 50-50 then. And then again, I'm glad that Triple H got to Vince and convinced him. I think Triple H almost was in charge of this pay-per-view, because this pay-per-view was just good. It was a thumbs up pay-per-view. It wasn't perfect, but it was a thumbs up. After the United States Championship, we had the backstage, and then we have and then Heavy Machinery just came out of the ring. They challenged for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. I forgot that Daniel Bryan was in his home state, and the crowd was, again, fourth match. The crowd is pretty, it's emotional. We have Ricochet, we had a tag team, we have Becky, and the crowd was so invested and so behind Rowan and Daniel Bryan. That was very beautiful. So kudos to the crowd. They actually they made the whole pay-per-view much, much better. I thought it's gonna be, like a dead crowd, and we got the exact opposite. That match was 15 minutes for Bryan and Rowan to retain the tag team championships after it was a great match because of the crowd. The crowd just gave it a little bit. It was a good match. It made it great because of the crowd. And I'm also glad it was 15 minutes, and I'm glad that Tucker and Otis just got enough screen time and enough TV time to showcase their power, their talent, and their combo also with it was Otis with Rowan, and he lifted him up. Rowan is a big guy, and that was pretty impressive. Even when the hot crowd was, Daniel Bryan and Rowan was basically baby faces in this match, and they were kind of impressed when Otis just lifted Rowan, and that was nice. And so it was a little bit of comedy, a little bit of strength. They showcased the talents, so good for them. Daniel rolled Tucker for the 1-2-3, and that was that. 15 minutes. That was very nice. Raw Women's Championship. No, it was SmackDown Women's Championship, because Raw was defended by Becky. This is Bayley again versus Alexa Bliss. I think I made a mistake, because Alexa Bliss is on Raw, and she is challenging for the SmackDown Women's Championship, because there's no brand split anymore. This match, I think if I had to choose a match that was not good, I think it was that match. And it's too bad, and then people talking about the women's revolution, and after Ronda left, I think everything just not the same after WrestleMania, and Becky is trying to keep things interesting. Charlotte was everywhere, but now with Andrade, and condolences, by the way, to his family, to his mom passed away, and then his aunt a week later. So condolences to his family and to his friends, and I know it's very difficult, but we haven't seen probably Charlotte because of that in the last few weeks. We'll see where it's going. Anyway, Bayley, Alexa Bliss. This match was 10.5 minutes. They chanted, "Let's go Alexa, let's go Bayley." I don't know why. You can hear some boos throughout the match towards Bayley, so I think SummerSlam will be a great time to turn her heel. It was a pretty boring and stale match for the first at least 5-6 minutes, and then towards the end we had actually a nice vicious sunset flip to the turnbuckle by Bayley that looked great. I think Alexa almost got hurt in this spot, but after that she was on her feet, so it was fine. And then Alexa returned with her sunset bomb on the floor. That was actually very cool also. Nikki Cross didn't really. She interfered. She was on the apron, and and then the referee got distracted, and that was when Alexa was on the top rope, and I don't know. I think she messed up something. It wasn't that crucial. So her in her corner and all of the storyline just didn't it almost didn't go anywhere with this. And Bailey retained after Bailey to Bailey, and that's it. 1, 2, 3, and that was nice. I was just really happy that Bailey retained. I did not want Alexa Bliss to win again against Bailey. So we'll see. Even if she's still retaining, Sasha is still not coming, so it doesn't matter. Okay, now we got 3 matches left. We have Roman and we have 2 championship match. So you see where they putting Roman. If the scale going up towards the main event, Roman is up there against Drew McIntyre. It was almost 18 minutes. Okay, so the matches until now was 10, 12, 15. Now we have 18-minute match. I can say it was a bad match. I cannot say it was a bad match. It was okay match. It was a physical match. Shane was in Drew McIntyre's corner. Roman Reigns by himself against all odds, and there was some kind of a few moves, a few spots that Roman just flew, via Undertaker, a la Undertaker, should I say, above the top rope, and that looked good. Roman is a great worker. I mean, we all know that he's just in the wrong character. This character is not going anywhere. The crowd started to chant, "Let's go Roman, Roman sucks," just like with John Cena. And then, I mean, again, they won with the crowd because by the end, I guess because of Shane, it was supposed to be a pinfall, and then Shane interrupt with pulling the referee. He was late a little bit, so it was a kick out by Drew McIntyre. So because of that heat, maybe because we just really hate Shane, because it's a turn off the television kind of hate, so we don't mind Roman beating him up, but the crowd was behind Roman eventually, which was interesting. Like Roman chants, and he felt good. He was smiling, from ear to ear after the match, and it is what it is. There is nothing at stake. I can be invested. I can be emotionally invested in this kind of match because, again, Drew McIntyre just lucky of Shane McMahon. I don't want to see Shane McMahon on the screen because he's just boring to death. And then we have Roman Reigns that he needs to change character 3 years ago. So again, nothing was on the line, no stipulation. There's no number 1 contendership. There's no $1 million prize. There's nothing. There's just nothing. We don't even care. And then I'm going to talk about the next match, of course. But after the WWE Championship match, we saw Shane McMahon, and then I was actually okay. So I was happy that actually the Roman won because I said, okay, you know what? It was 18 minutes. It wasn't a bad match. It was just long and okay and whatever. I didn't even want to see it, but he won. Okay, the feud is over. It's all good because if McIntyre, was to win this match, so I knew for sure that we're going to get, Extreme Rules and we're going to get SummerSlam, but Roman won. I was actually expecting McIntyre to win because of Shane interference or some kind of shenanigans, whatever. So I was kind of relieved. Okay, we can move on. But no. Shane McMahon, McIntyre backstage, letting us know that tomorrow you want to build towards that. I don't know why we have 2 against 1 handicap match. Really? Why? We don't want to see that. I'm sorry, I think I don't have this on my notes, but okay, I think before that, it's very important because speaking about the build-up, we have Ricochet with his title doing the photo shoot, and we see Gallows and Anderson coming to him and interfering a little bit. Ricochet looked a little bit weird, like saying, get out of my picture. He's still smiling to the camera while they're here, and you can just stop and like tell them to leave. You don't want to look like an idiot, but you already done it. And then I'm like, what's going on here? Are they doing this? And too sweet. And then comes AJ Styles. Now, AJ Styles comes to the frame, and we're going to see a feud. We're going to see a feud between AJ Styles and Ricochet, and that's not bad. That's refreshing. That's actually something good. And he told him, "I'll see you tomorrow. Congratulations, but I'll see you tomorrow." And that was good for me. I was just happy about it. Everybody was doing this with AJ Styles. That was just very nice. I didn't mind it at all. So that getting us excited a little bit towards tomorrow night, that was great. McIntyre and Shane, no. I know you want to build towards that, but I know they're trying to do something good. That was good with AJ and Ricochet. The Shane McMahon, McIntyre, Roman Reigns is not. So that's that. We have the WWE Championship Steel Cage match. Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler. The match was 20-minute match on the clock, exactly 20 minutes. And so this match was predictable. Cage matches these days are for me, are a little bit like I've seen everything. You can go, pinfall, a submission. They just added in the last 10 years, whatever. And you can climb, you can do this, you can rub his face on the steel. Not that exciting. This match was predictable, nothing too special. I do want to mention a few things. Dolph Ziggler did a zigzag that looks pretty cool. Kofi Kingston did an amazing SOS. The SOS looked great. He got all of it. That was really nice spot. I want to talk about the end. The ending of the match. The match ended, and it was predictable. Dolph Ziggler is not going to win it. Dolph Ziggler is not going to be the one that is going to end Kofi Kingston's title run. We knew that coming in. At least I knew that. The match, the way the match ended was pretty cool because I never seen this kind of ending for a steel cage match. And if I don't see, if it's something new to me, that's exciting, especially with a cage match. Steel cage match, everything is pretty much predictable. It's maybe you don't know who's going to win, but you've seen all kinds of different. This guy falls from the cage, and this guy is helping him out, and this guy is slamming the door in his face, and he's crawling out, and he did this. This one was actually pretty special. I was laughing out loud. I LOL'd it, and that was pretty amazing. Dolph Ziggler was crawling out almost through the door. His body is actually touching, I think his hand is touching the floor. And Kofi Kingston flew through the middle rope above Dolph Ziggler with his whole body, and his whole body touched the ground for the win, and he's retaining the WWE Championship. That was actually pretty cool spot. I like that. Again, the match was not bad also. They know how to work. They're veterans. Dolph Ziggler has been there for a long time. Same with Kofi Kingston. I'm not mentioning like different spots in the match. It was okay match. I would just go watch the ending. It was pretty cool because again, it was the first time that I am watching this. If someone can write on the comments if he's seen something like that in the past, that's something new for me. So that was pretty cool. Now, Shane McMahon, we talked about it backstage. Now we have the Universal Championship, the main event. We have Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin. So this match was the whole segment after the package was, I think, almost 30 minutes overall. The match itself, net match, was 18 minutes. The crowd was shitting on this match for a while. I don't want to jump too much, but let's just get into what happened. So we know we have a special referee. We don't know who the referee is going to be. Baron Corbin comes out. Seth Rollins comes out. Let's cut the crap. Tell us who's the referee. And then he introduces Lacey Evans. And I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty smart because Seth Rollins is going to beat up pretty much everybody is going to walk out there, but he's not going to beat up, a woman or a lady or the lady for that matter. So that's everything connected. And now I know why Michael Cole just told us that, oh, I wonder what happens with her boyfriend Seth Rollins at the main event later on tonight. So now I know. I'm going to split my review here for this Universal Championship match to two. On one side, on one hand, I hated it because of the logic. I mean, once you see Lacey Evans comes out, I want to see Becky Lynch with the steel chair right after her. Immediately on the ramp. If not in the ring, she's face to face with Seth Rollins. Just come out running with a steel chair and just beat her up. It doesn't mean that you're helping Seth Rollins because everything is still good. We have no match yet. It means that you guys are on the same page because Seth was actually beating up everybody that was actually thinking about being a referee. So your opponent, the one that was after you all this time, comes out to ruin your boyfriend's title match. I don't know. Everybody was expecting Becky Lynch to come out there. So she didn't. On the other hand, it was entertaining. It was good. It was kind of the interest was there. Again, the crowd was chanting because Lacey did her shtick and she did a slow count every time Seth Rollins made a cover, and then she did a fast count every time that Baron Corbin, she was helping him out, and then she has a special powers. Then that was also very annoying, by the way, that. At some point, Seth Rollins just took Baron Corbin and smashed him on the announcer table outside. And then she counted she got until she started counting to 10. She got to an 8. And then she decided there is no counter in this match. So I don't know if you know, but the referee don't really call the stipulations of the match. They just call the match. So that's that. But it's WWE and this logic is, whatever. There's no logic. So that was annoying. Entertaining in one hand, but why? Why like that? Why you have to make us? And also, it was in the main event. All the card was good. There was no expectation. You actually did a very good job. All the workers, all the superstars just came out and they said, you know what? Everybody was shitting on social media on this pay-per-view. We're going to go out there and show everybody what it's like. And they did. And something like that is just going to be like just annoying at the end. So she did the no no countouts. And then, of course, Baron Corbin used the steel chair. So there's no DQ. Okay, there's no DQ now. Now you want Becky Lynch to come out. But still no. So I do have to say that throughout this match, it was AEW and CM Punk chants. The crowd still shitting on everything that Baron Corbin touches. It's really, really annoying. They don't want to see him in the main event. So Vince, Triple H, for your advice. I mean, Triple H, no. I mean, Vince, you just have to listen. That's it. So Becky is not coming out yet, and then the match went on, and no disqualification, and then at some point, Lacey Evans just gave a low blow to Seth Rollins, and then Becky Lynch came out. So came out and just started to beat up Lacey Evans on the outside. Again, still no DQ. It was, and then two referee came out and interfere with her attacking Lacey Evans. Now something is really, really like, why are you even coming out? Again, there's logic. There's nothing that makes sense. You can't tell a referee that he can do whatever he wants, and then when someone trying to help him after there's no disqualification and two referees comes out. One referee just to be there, or to someone call another referee, that's something else, because we do need another referee to count to three now. But this whole thing was just too messy. I don't think it was too necessary. I don't know who booked this match exactly like that, but they could have kept it nice and rational, but they decided that they're not going to do that. So Becky Lynch was beating up Lacey Evans on the outside. In the inside, Seth Rollins came out to his sense, and then avoided the end of days and kick him in the gut and stop him for the 1-2-3, and Seth Rollins retained the Universal Heavyweight Championship. So that was pretty cool. We don't want to see Barry Corbin as champion, of course, and Seth Rollins retains at the end. All the crowd, again, that was also nice. If you forget about everything that just happened in the match, and you see both of Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, the top two superstars in the company right now, boyfriend, girlfriend, and they're in the ring, and she's, helping him out, and she slapped him in the butt and raised his hand. That was a nice thing to watch. They were sitting outside of the ring. When they came out of the ring, that was just like a nice moment, a nice picture for everybody to see. And I'm pretty sure they felt good about it. Again, I would book the match a little bit different. I would book the match that Becky comes out with a steel chair or something, or in his corner from the get-go, and just to make sure that Lacey's not doing something stupid. And then when she does and give her a low blow, she will just jump on her or something. I don't know. Or just, beat up with a chair, so another referee has to come in. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. You tell me what you think. In the comments, you can write down, after you've actually seen this match and you know the whole, what they're trying to tell you, you tell me how you would have booked this match. That's it, pretty much. Stomping Grounds, there's no, it was supposed to be very boring. No expectation. That's what happens also when I go to a movie and I expect nothing from this movie, and this movie, turns out to be very, I just enjoyed this hour and a half that I just watched this nice movie. It wasn't amazing, wasn't the best movie that I watched in my life, but you know what? It was pretty good. I've seen much worse pay-per-views than that. So, good for WWE. Good for them, and good for Triple H. And I know Triple H has had a very big part of this this evening, and hopefully he will do that in the future. We have Extreme Rules, and then we have SummerSlam. We'll see how it plays out. If Shane and Roman is not going to be on the screen for too long, we might have a chance to actually enjoy those coming shows. So yeah, we have tomorrow. We have Monday Night Raw. I'm actually excited to actually see Ricochet and with a program with AJ Styles. We haven't seen AJ in a while. I know he's not going for the WWE Championship. It's kind of okay. Well, now we're going to the United States Championship, but still, nevertheless, it doesn't even matter. You have to work yourself up, right? So I don't mind him being the champion. I don't mind him turning heel. Him being with the club back together. And yeah, so yeah, Don't forget to leave a comment. If whatever I said, my delivery is some kind of interesting to you, you can always subscribe to my channel. Now I'm committed, so I have to be here. Tomorrow I'll be here for a review on Monday Night Raw. SmackDown, we have NXT. And so yeah, Shoval TV, SHOVAL TV. And that was cutting a promo on Stomping Grounds, and I will see you guys tomorrow.